Russia's effort to rebuild its light helicopter industry around domestically produced engines has crossed another important milestone. The modernized KA-226T helicopter successfully completed its inaugural full flight on May 22, 2026, with the assistance of the new VK-650V turboshaft engines manufactured in Russia. These engines replaced the French Safran Arrius 2G1 engines that had been installed in previous versions of the aircraft. The KA-226T is now the third modern Russian helicopter platform to adopt the VK-650V powerplant, following the Ansat-M and Mi-34M1. This flight represents an important achievement in Moscow's ongoing import-substitution campaign in the aviation sector. The most recent flight of the KA-226T is not just another routine test sortie. For Russia's helicopter industry, it represents the return of projects that had effectively stalled after Western sanctions and the collapse of foreign engine supply chains following 2022. The KA-226T program spent years in limbo because Russia lacked a suitable domestic replacement for the Safran Arrius 2G1 engines. Now, as the VK-650V enters certification and flight test phases across multiple helicopter platforms, Russian manufacturers are attempting to build a fully indigenous ecosystem for light rotary wing aviation. And honestly, this is where the story starts becoming much bigger than just one helicopter. The VK-650V is gradually turning into the backbone of Russia's new generation of light helicopters. Developed by UEC Kamov under Rostec, the engine was specifically designed to replace imported Western turboshaft engines used in helicopters weighing up to roughly 4 tons. For years, Russia depended heavily on foreign suppliers in this category, particularly Pratt & Whitney Canada and Safran. That dependence became a major vulnerability once sanctions disrupted deliveries and technical support. The engine achieved type certification in February 2025, which significantly accelerated integration work across several helicopter projects. Rostec described the VK-650V as the first helicopter engine in the 650 to 750 horsepower category developed entirely within Russia. Altitude Addicts has been following how these domestic engine programs are now becoming central to Moscow's wider aviation strategy. Technically, the VK-650V generates 650 horsepower during takeoff and up to 750 horsepower in emergency mode. Depending on the source, its dry weight ranges between 105 and 129 kilograms. Fuel consumption is reported at approximately 0.245 kilograms per horsepower hour. The engine also features a closed-type autonomous oil system and a digital dual-channel FADEC control system, giving it modern electronic engine management capabilities comparable to many contemporary Western designs. Russian officials have repeatedly emphasized that the engine is not intended solely for domestic use. The VK-650V is also expected to support future export-oriented helicopter platforms. In effect, Russia wants this engine to become the standard propulsion system for an entire family of light utility helicopters. It sounds straightforward when said quickly, but replacing an imported aerospace ecosystem is not some overnight switch you just flip. Which brings us back to the KA-26T itself. The helicopter is not a completely new aircraft. Developed from the earlier Kamov KA-26 and KA-126 family, the KA-226 first flew in the late 1990s before entering service in the early 2000s. The aircraft is famous for its coaxial rotor design, a trademark Kamov configuration that eliminates the need for a tail rotor. This gives the helicopter exceptional maneuverability and allows it to operate effectively in confined urban areas, mountainous terrain, and difficult rescue environments. The KA-226T variant was intended to be a much more ambitious modernization effort. Designed during the 2010s with export ambitions in mind, especially for India, the upgraded aircraft received more powerful Safran Arrius 2G1 engines, redesigned rotor systems, updated avionics, and improved high-altitude performance. At one stage, India planned to acquire as many as 200 helicopters through a joint production arrangement. However, the agreement eventually slowed amid localization disputes and shifting procurement priorities. The KA-226T completed its first flight with French engines in late 2021. But after Safran halted deliveries and technical support to Russia in 2022, the project entered a very uncertain phase. Without engines, development slowed dramatically as engineers waited for the VK-650V program to mature. And yeah, that is the sort of problem that can quietly freeze an entire aerospace program for years. Now, the latest version of the KA-226T has emerged not only with Russian engines, but also with fully domestic avionics and onboard electronics. That means the aircraft's recent first flight effectively represents the rebirth of a program many people believed had stalled indefinitely after sanctions disrupted international cooperation. So why does the KA-226T still matter when larger helicopters like the Mi-8 or K-32 already exist? The answer is that Russia continues to require compact light helicopters for emergency medical services, border patrol, offshore support, urban operations, pilot training, and mountain rescue missions. The KA-226T's compact dimensions and coaxial rotor arrangement make it particularly effective in confined environments where conventional helicopters with tail rotors face limitations. The absence of a tail rotor significantly reduces operational risks around obstacles and improves maneuverability during hovering and lateral movements. According to Russian technical descriptions, the helicopter can perform flat turns without losing altitude and can maneuver efficiently in high-altitude environments and strong winds. One of the aircraft's most important capabilities is its projected operational ceiling of approximately 6,500 meters. That makes it especially useful in mountainous regions, which was one of the major reasons India originally showed interest in the platform for Himalayan operations. Another major advantage is modularity. Instead of relying on a fixed cabin configuration, operators can swap mission modules depending on operational needs. This allows rapid conversion between passenger transport, medical evacuation, rescue operations, cargo transport, and patrol duties. Altitude Addicts has noted that this flexibility is increasingly becoming a major selling point for modern light helicopters worldwide. The K-36T is also just one part of a broader strategy. Russia is simultaneously integrating the VK-650V into two additional helicopter programs. The first is the Ansat-M, a modernized version of the Kazan-built Ansat helicopter. Previously powered by Canadian Pratt & Whitney PW207K engines, the helicopter began flight testing with twin VK-650V engines in 2025. Russian officials view the Ansat-M as an important aircraft for regional aviation, medical evacuation, and corporate transport. The second project is the revived Mi-34M1. This single-engine light helicopter had remained largely dormant for years before returning to testing with the VK-650V in late 2025. The aircraft is expected to serve in utility operations, private aviation, and pilot training roles. Together, these three helicopters are increasingly being described by Russian industry as a unified family of import-substituted light rotorcraft. And this is where the bigger strategic picture becomes impossible to ignore. Since 2022, Moscow has accelerated efforts to reduce dependence on Western technology across both civilian and military aviation sectors. Aircraft programs that once depended heavily on imported engines, avionics, electronics, and composite materials are now being redesigned around domestic alternatives. This process has not been easy. Numerous projects have experienced delays, redesigns, and repeated testing cycles. Still, the Russian government continues to treat aviation self-sufficiency as a strategic necessity. The KA-226T's renewed flight campaign demonstrates just how critical engine development has become within this broader industrial effort. There is also a major export dimension to the VK-650V program. Without a domestic engine, helicopters such as the KA-226T and Ansat would face significant certification and maintenance complications in international markets because of sanctions and supply restrictions. A fully Russian propulsion system potentially gives Moscow more freedom to market these helicopters abroad, especially to countries looking for alternatives to Western suppliers. But the road ahead is still long. Despite the successful first flight, the KA-226T remains in the early stages of renewed testing. Reports suggest the prototype first lifted into the air during hovering trials around March 2026, before conducting its first complete flight on May 22nd. Extensive flight testing, endurance trials, systems validation, and certification work still remain ahead. The same applies to the broader VK-650V ecosystem. Although the engine itself has already received certification, integrating a new power plant into multiple helicopter platforms requires years of additional refinement and operational testing. Russian engineers still need to prove long-term reliability, maintainability, and performance under a wide variety of operational and climatic conditions. Even so, the successful appearance of a third helicopter platform powered by the VK-650V sends a powerful signal about the future direction of Russian aviation. After years of uncertainty triggered by sanctions and collapsing foreign supply chains, Russia is gradually rebuilding a domestic light helicopter sector centered around a common indigenous engine. And for altitude addicts, this story is not just about one aircraft returning to the skies. It may represent the early stages of a much larger industrial recovery within the Russian aerospace sector. We thank the people who have liked, subscribed the channel, and shared the videos. I also thank the channel membership for encouraging us. Last but not least, we also thank the viewers who have hyped our videos.